It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. This is the Action Sports Jax postgame show, sponsored by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Happy holidays, or not. You'll have to watch football on Saturday, or at least the Jags play. Got that going for you. The Jags just lost to the Texans. Here's the funny part about the Jags losing to the Texans. Is everybody in the country thought the Jags were going to win this game.
Including us. I hate
except
myself.
for the Jags.
I hate myself.
In the locker room, because they know how bad they are.
I would like the banner to change right there, where it says Action Sports Jags. Jaguars taken down by Texans, to say Jaguars climb to number 1.
Yeah, that's
congratulations.
What a difference a year makes, right?
Yeah, we're right back where we were 1 year ago with the first overall pick. Detroit wins, Houston wins, and we have the first pick in the draft. And we're going to have it now. We're going to get it. We're not going to win again.
No.
We, the Jags. I'm not part of that team.
No way they're winning.
They were terrible.
They couldn't win this one at home after the bump.
I'll get a little cozy with you.
Thanks.
I feel like I've been nice to this football team throughout this year. They suck. Sorry, Junie Bug. That is deplorable.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just bad in so many ways.
Darrell Bevell's at the podium. Let's hear this.
Why? Yeah. What do we want to listen to?
For a couple minutes.
Let's do it. From a timing standpoint and focus standpoint and so forth. What was this week like?
It really ends up being a normal week. I mean, we're used to all kinds of things that change, and so we have to be ready to make adjustments and be able to adapt to the situation. And thought our guys, whether it was the players or the coaches, did a good job putting a plan together. The guys were ready. They were into it. We just didn't play a clean football game today.
Coach, did you get an adequate explanation from the referee on the penalty on DeWine on that punt return? Because it looked like he just bumped into the referee by accident.
Yeah, what the official told me was on the return, like before the play was finishing, Smoot ran on the field and he said he ran right into him. He said he ran into him hard. I didn't see it. He said it wasn't just a graze, knocked him over pretty hard. So he felt like he had to call that. That was the explanation. Yeah, that's one of the things to talk to the guys about. I mean, we can't play bad football, and that's guy on the sideline running on the field. It's not good football.
Darrell, could you talk a little bit about, obviously there was an intention to use James Robinson a little bit more here today, but could you just talk a little bit about when you had 3rd and 10 on their 11, why you had an inside handoff to him if it wasn't going to be 4-down territory? That's just an unusual play call in that situation.
Well, at the time we felt like it was a 4-down territory. That's how I was playing it, and we had a pretty solid run. Then at the end, because we started to go for it, ended up taking a timeout. Just thought better of it. Wanted to get points in that situation to have something positive happen at the end of that drive.
Hey, Coach. The offense struggled to find the end zone today. Is this something that's fixable in the last stretch of the season? I mean, this is something we kind of talked about, the offense feeling like it was in a bit of a lull. How do you snap that and get out of that kind of scoring drought?
Yeah, I mean, I thought there was things that we did better today. There was a little bit of explosion. You were able to find guys. We were able to create some space for some people. But again, we just said there was opportunities to make plays. We didn't make some of them, and we got to catch the ball. We got to throw the ball. We got to protect better, and we'll be able to find the end zone. But it's on us to continue to improve.
And this was your first game on the sideline with this team. How did it feel to be on the sideline calling plays with this group?
Yeah, I thought it was really good. I thought the communication was clean with all the coaches, being able to go back and forth on the defensive line. Our analytics guy upstairs was able to talk to him pretty cleanly, so thought it went well for the first time out.
Darrell, back here, right over here. 5 drops today by your receivers and running backs. Now as the interim head coach, how does your conversation maybe change in terms of the urgency for the continued drops by the receivers for this team?
Yeah, I mean, I just told them in there. I mean, we have to play clean football, and we haven't been able to do that. Whether it's the drops, the one thing that I really preached with the guys was I wanted them to play 60 minutes and not measure the game, because you have to be able to learn how to win, and these games in the NFL are razor thin. And whether it's the drop passes, whether it's an opportunity right there on, I don't know what it was, 3rd and 9 to get a stop, we get a stop. The offense got a chance to go win the game. We give up a touchdown. So those are chances for us to make plays, whether it's making a tackle, whether it's giving them good calls, whether it's catching the ball, whether it's throwing the ball, whether it's protect. We got to clean that up, and we got to learn how to win, and we got to learn how to win those close games, and then this thing will start to turn.
So you did feel like there was almost a drop in focus in the fourth quarter?
I wouldn't say it's a drop in focus, but when whatever it is, when you get your opportunity to make a play, you got to make your play. And these guys are professionals. We talked about it before, and we have to catch the ball. That's your job. A receiver, his description is to receive. So he needs to catch the ball.
Coach, back here, Houston threw for 2 third-down touchdown passes. The first on the opening drive, and the second, and another on the last drive. What were some of the things that? How do you get off the field in those situations, and how critical is it to get off the field in those third-down situations?
Yeah, I just hit that on the last one. I mean, the last one is a huge play in the game, and after the whole game, after everything that happened, there's a chance for a one-play opportunity. If the defense makes the play, then the offense gets a chance to go win the game. So opportunity to make it. I believe in the first drive we're off the field, right? We get a penalty that doesn't need to happen, and we have to clean those things up. We got to make sure the guys understand that, because again, we're killing ourselves, and it's going to continue to happen unless we clean that up.
Hey, Coach. Now that you've got a full week to prepare, are you going to change the way you've been preparing so far this season? I know you mentioned you were keeping the status quo back on Thursday, I think it was, when you spoke. But are there going to be changes moving forward from that standpoint?
Yeah, I think that's something here in the next 24 hours or 48 hours that we'll be able to sit down and really think about it. Like I said, after the game, want to be able to take a breath, see how things went, and then evaluate it from there.
Thank you.
That is Darrell Bevell, the interim head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Dan, I'm telling you, he said something about the third down here, where they went for the field goal on the first drive or second drive, whatever it was. But They came down here, and they had a 3rd and 10. And that drive was going along pretty nicely. I really thought Trevor probably should have thrown a touchdown to Treadwell on the left side on second down. He threw it to Marvin Jones over here instead. And so on third down, they run the ball. Nice pickup down to the 4. And so they're thinking they're going to go for it. He calls timeout. They change their mind to kick the field goal. To me, that's the problem with their offense. The fact that they have to call timeouts to rethink about a play, in my opinion, when you're calling plays, or when you're the head coach, or when you're any coach, you should be 3, 4, 5 plays ahead of how this thing's going to play out. Yeah. You should have options. And that's the guy calling plays all year for a really bad offense. And I think that's on him a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack, as always, Brent. It's just the incompetent level starts from the top and goes all the way down. And Trevor Lawrence has some things to answer for today as well. Let's listen in.
We're now within the organization.
I mean, that's really not my focus right now. Right now, all I know is that Coach Bev's our head coach, and everything else is still intact, and that's what we're focused on moving forward and just trying to get better. I thought we moved the ball a lot better on offense today. Took a step in the right direction, but we just got to make plays down the stretch. When we need them, third, fourth quarter, I got to make the throws. Guys got to make the catches. It's all of us. We got to make more plays. I missed a big throw on third down, like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter. So, but I mean, it was nice to see us moving the ball again, like we were earlier in the year. So, that was a step in the right direction. But we got to finish.
To that point, what is it that you want to see moving forward here that's important for you personally the last games of the season?
Just to keep getting better offensively, just to get more and more consistent. Like today, I thought first half was really good. We didn't come away with as many points as we would have liked. I thought we should have finished some of those drives, but we were moving the ball really consistently. And then second half started off bad. Then got a couple drives, and then just didn't finish well. We had 2 opportunities at the end and didn't take advantage of them, and then really put our defense in a bad spot. So I'd just like to see us be more consistent. That's all of us. Like I said, it's me included. So we all got our part, and we just got to take ownership of it and go be better. And that's what I'd like to see these next few weeks, and it starts with all of us.
Trevor, just how frustrating overall was the day from the standpoint of, yes, you had guys drop balls on you. You missed Treadwell high once, low the other time. It just seems like you guys can't get into any kind of rhythm. You get there for a few minutes here and there, but then it goes back to maybe a 3 and out or a 5 and out or something like that.
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. All the guys are frustrated. We want to be more consistent. We want to win. So it's definitely frustrating. But like I said, we're the ones that control that. We got to go make the play. I gotta make those throws. The other plays, guys got to make catches. We all have our part. And there's no way around that. Like we all have to play better. So. And that's the thing. You just got to look yourself in the mirror and figure out how to get better. And I think we'll do that. But got to really do that this week.
Hey, Trevor, right here. Speaking of frustrations, in your career, you've never really had a shortage of touchdown passes. The past few weeks, touchdowns have been hard to come by, including today. How frustrating is that for you, and how is that something that, the offense can kind of get out of that drought?
Like I said, just making plays, consistently putting ourselves in that situation to score, especially with manageable down and distance. The first drive, drove it down, ended up having, I missed a throw a little bit wide to Marvin that we could have scored on early, and then I think we ran the ball and got a big gain, got it down to 4th and short, kicked the field goal. But then, defense gets a big turnover and we get the ball on probably, the 30 or so, plus 30, maybe even plus 25, and didn't do much, didn't move it much there. Then we got stuck in a 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 13, and they drop out and have to check it down. And so that's that gets tough when you're trying to, and they're playing the sticks as well. So then you get you want a touchdown there, and you have to come away with a field goal. So we got to do better on 1st and 2nd down. That's all of us. That's like I said, just making the plays, get us ourselves in 3rd and short, and then I think that'll definitely help us score more, and then making the plays in the red zone, taking advantage of those, and we didn't do that today.
Back here, Trevor. How, if at all, did it feel different with Coach Bev serving as head coach, both in the preparation leading into this game and during the game itself?
Obviously it's different. Coach Bev and Coach Meyer are different personalities, so it's very different. But I thought the guys just handled it well. We're excited, ready to play, had a lot of energy. Obviously didn't turn out the way we wanted it to, but we had our chance, in that game. It's one possession game and didn't finish, but I thought all the guys were ready. We had some really good energy on the sidelines, very positive. It was nice having Bev on the sidelines, so I could go talk to him between series, and I really liked that, and I thought that helped for sure. So just got to keep building on it. Like I said, we got 3 games left. Let's just keep building on it, keep getting better. Yeah,
that's what my follow-up was going to be. What was it like having him on the sidelines? Did that kind of change your in-game conversation, decisions at all?
Well, yeah, and then especially when you get a TV timeout or 2-minute warning or whatever it is, I can go and we can just talk about what he's thinking instead of being up in the box and doing it through the headset or through Shoddy or whatever it is. It just makes that a little easier, and I can. Like one play, I went up there and asked him about something, and he's just standing there, so I had a little bit of time left, and I can go ask him. So, that makes it easier.
Hey, Trevor, I was just curious whether how good it was to see James Robinson at least get involved to the degree that you've been looking for in some other people.
I thought it was great. Obviously, we've already talked about how good a player James is, and just continuing to build on that. We need all of our players to play well, and that just goes back to what I said earlier. We all got our part in it, and we got to play better. But yeah, it was great to see James. Obviously, very involved, and I thought we started off strong, and we just, like I said, got to finish.
Trevor, could you go over with us the quarterback sneak on 4th and 1? Did they just do a good job of beating your lineman on that play, or did it not go in the direction you wanted it? What happened there?
Yeah, it was tough there. We ran it on the 5-yard line earlier in the game on 3rd and short, and it was same formation, similar look. So I think they knew it was coming. They gapped us out, made it pretty tough, and then the linebackers did a good job also flying up on the snap. So wasn't a ton of space. Obviously, for me, you'd love to, get 1 yard out of that to keep the chains moving. But, we'll have to look at it. I don't really know, honestly, until I see the film how they were gapped out. But they covered both A-gaps, so that always makes it tough on a quarterback sneak.
Trevor, over here. You mentioned drama. There's been drama all year. But even this week, the drama still bled into Wednesday and even into Thursday. Will it be nice next week to possibly just have a regular week for the first time in maybe a while?
Yeah, it'll be nice, and we got to flip the page. We got to move on. Going to New York this coming week. We got to put together a great game plan and go get a win. So, like you said, it'll be nice just to move on and to go into this week somewhat normal. I think that'll be good for us, but we just got to keep that focus, and I know we will, but we really got to attack this week. Thank you all.
All righty, that is Trevor Lawrence, the Jaguars quarterback, and I mean, he's part of it now. He's missing some easy ones, and now he's got guys dropping it left and right. It's just a comedy of errors. They just can't get anything right. Tried a quarterback sneak late in the first half. That didn't go. After an earlier quarterback sneak did go. I mean, Trevor doesn't know what else to say. The bottom line is he's not getting any better. Every player on this football team, on offense especially, but even some others, Josh Allen maybe now included, has regressed this season. If you took the first 6 weeks and you take the last month and a half, I mean, it's awful. They're not nearly as good as they were in September and October, and they weren't very good.
We played the Houston Texans today, who don't want to win.
They don't want to win, and they swept the Jags.
And the Jacksonville Jaguars can't win. And the can't-win team proved they can't win, and the Texans won with a game plan of running on first down, running on second down, and throwing a 3-yard pass on third down. And they worked it to perfection. And it's just, listen, the defense is no good. The special teams are an abject failure.
Unbelievable.
And the offense, honestly, in 27 years of football, of watching this team behind me, I think is the worst I've ever seen. I mean, Brent, worse than Cody Kessler's Jaguars, Todd Bowman's Jaguars. Blaine Gabbert's Jaguars. It just, we can't do anything correctly. Nothing.
Worse than last year's Jaguars.
I was up in the booth in the press box, and it was like 3rd and 5 late. I think it was only 23-16 at the time, and I'll go, this is what happens. They'll go back to pass, and somebody will miss a block and he'll get sacked, or somebody will drop a ball, or they'll throw a bad pass. But I know what is not going to happen, and that's them converting for a first down. And it was the play where he threw it to Laquan Treadwell. He just inexplicably dropped the football on a simple throw.
He did.
We can't even run like a smash route. Like 3rd and 3 in the NFL, if you throw it as a gimme.
Yeah.
Like, all you got to do is run out, turn to the right, and cut back to the left. You flip them the ball, you got a first down.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
No.
It's mind-boggling to me.
And Laquan Treadwell has actually played okay at times. I mean, he dropped that one, too. It was amazing that he dropped that one.
Trevor missed him in the middle of the field. Trevor missed him cutting on the side. Trevor short-armed to throw today. I mean, everybody wants to jump on. You know, there is accountability all the way around here.
Oh, yeah.
Trevor Lawrence can be better and needs to be better for this football team going forward. We got 3 games left. He's got to play better. He's going up against all these rookie quarterbacks. And let me tell you what's going to happen in the national media. Not that it matters, but they're all going to sit there and dissect now Trevor versus Davis Mills, Trevor versus Zach Wilson next week, Trevor versus Mac Jones in 2 weeks. And it's not going to be pretty.
He's got 1 touchdown pass in the last 7 games. I think the Jags have to manufacture, like, I wish I didn't give James Robinson the football down there just to get a touchdown, get to number 10, you know, and they might have to start doing that just to get him out of the storylines that it is. He's already going to be in the storylines.
Jaguars were on a decent drive, and I think it ended up being a 3-point drive because James O'Shaughnessy, for some reason, decided to just run right into the guy covering him and got a pass interference.
Yeah,
and first and 20, we're not good enough.
Yeah, not terrible.
It's just so frustrating, but they are really an inept football team. The coaching stinks. The players stink. The organization stinks. They do. I'm sorry. It just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't lose this game at home.
It's really bad.
And the defense today decided again, you know, they get a 3-and-out to start the game, and we have a penalty, and they give them the ball back, and they drive it for a touchdown.
Amazing. Special teams cost 14 points.
Yeah.
And by the way, like, 16 points today is the most points the Jaguars have scored in a month. They scored 17 against the Colts. They haven't hit the 20-point mark since they beat the Dolphins in London. That's 23 of them. And it took 2 50-plus yard field goals to do that.
And this is the worst defense in the NFL.
It's a terrible football team. Like the Jags on paper, if you would ask a coach,
yeah, they're better.
All 31 other teams would take the Jags roster.
Correct.
And they can't beat that team. In fact, they've got beaten double digits by that team.
Yeah. They can't get out of here quick enough, clean them all out, blow it all up.
I'll give you one other thing. The Jags defer every time. They come out in the second half, and they go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. The last 6 weeks, they've won the toss, so they've deferred.
Right.
And they have 0 points.
In the start of the second half.
The first drive of the second half is 0 points.
And if you add on to that, because there are times that we've always talked about this, there's a critical time, especially when you defer. The whole idea is you get the ball sort of to end the half and get the ball to start the half.
Take the last 4 minutes of the half.
Yeah, and the Jags seemingly have gotten the ball to end the half, too, and gotten nothing out of it.
No, not recently. Now, they had a couple of games, like Arizona was good and the Dolphins were good, but overall they've had the ball 8 different times in that situation, and they've punted 5 of the time, scored 1 touchdown.
Trevor Lawrence was 5 of his first 8 for 83 yards. He's throwing the ball pretty well. Ends up 22 of 38 for 210.
That's it.
I mean, it just...
And about 5 drops, and he misfired on about 3 or 4 others.
It's about even. It's like 5 and 5. It just... I don't know. You almost don't know. I'll end it with this. Who do you want, Hutchinson or Thibodeau? Or Neal?
Probably a pass rusher, because the other one, I don't know where Josh Allen is these days either.
Because guess what? All the pass rushers in the last 5 years, the high picks, the Bosa's, Myles Garrett, they've all been hits. So, Lord knows we're going to take the one who doesn't hit. I mean, we're going to have the first round pick. We're going to have Trevor Lawrence on one side, and we're going to have like Aiden Hutchinson or Kayvon Thibodeau on the other side. And yet, I think, and yet, I don't know. It's just it's mind-boggling to me.
Remember this time last year, Jags got the #1 pick, and they got a helper, and everybody was all fired up. Not the case this time around. The Lions win. They beat Arizona. Jags jump in at first place, first overall pick.
The Lions are better. The Jags are by far the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah,
and I want to apologize to anyone who's watching this for our stupidity, and I'll include you. You owe them an apology, too.
Sorry.
And so to everyone else associated with the Action Sports Jags team for picking the Jags to win today. Shame on us.
Everybody, Dan, this is the interesting one. Everyone across the country thought the Jags were going to win today.
Well, you know, and Urban, if you're at home watching, and I know you might be, shame on you. It's your fault we lost today. I mean, we might as well blame him. We don't have him to blame anymore, folks. So this team was going to come out, and this was my argument. Like, listen, I know that Urban Meyer, whatever, he deserved to be fired, all that, but don't use that as a crutch.
Yeah.
And the crutch is gone now, and this is what we got.
They're bad inside there. Oh. I will say this, for about the 4th straight week, just give me something positive to hang on to. Just give me something.
What did you get today?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, nothing. Like nothing. This is like 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row of nothing to hang on to. I can't say James Robinson still had 180 yards. No, he didn't. I mean, Bevell still only gave it to him 18 times. Everybody else around the league gets 25 carries.
He went in.
Who cares?
Cisco made a tackle.
Cisco made a tackle
on a 3rd down. I thought that was big.
That was great. That was awesome.
Open field tackle by Cisco.
That was really good. That was a big play in the game. All right. We got to talk about it later. Action Sports Jags primetime, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47. It's another miserable December here in Jacksonville. Happy holidays, everyone. Hope you have a good rest of your day. So bad. So bad. We'll see you tonight. Action Sports Jags primetime. More reaction. Tyson Campbell, Malcolm Brown. We'll see what they have to say. Tyson Campbell made a play.
He did make a play.
He did make a play.
Wish you would have taken it to the house because we only got
Jags lose 30-16. Have a good night.
It's the best local sports show in Jacksonville. Thanks for watching the Action Sports Jags postgame show. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys.